Hello everyone! We're back for shift number 2. What a busy day. Tonight, for those of you that haven't figured it out from the stream title and all of that, we are going down to Faro from Bristol, which is part of our Mastering Bristol tour. So the next leg is Bristol to Faro. The next leg, presumably one we can do next week sometime, will be Faro back to Bristol. For the first time in this tour, it looks like the runways have changed. It's always been 09 so far, so we're going to be taking off on 27, and in Faro, predicted at least, landing on 28. So that'll be new, but it's been nice for us to get used to 09 at Bristol because, yeah, a bit of a tricky one, 09, and it's nice to, I feel like we've gotten better. I feel like we definitely have. So, all good. Let's get the batteries fired, 1 and 2, and external power, nav light on. Arm the emergency lights, no smoking, navs, 1, 2, 3, pre-supply and ground. That should do us for the moment. It's alright, Jim, no need to apologise, hope you're well. And who's in as well? Shorty's in, nice. Aviation, Matthew, Grumpy, good evening, Pope, Cav, Flight Wings, and Airbus Virtual in. Good evening to you all. So we're looking at around 2 hours-ish, I think, to get down to Faro. So we'll try and get away as early as we can, because I know Grumpy's under a bit of time pressure as well, so it'd be nice if we can head down relatively nearby. So let's get the plane load in. How many are we taking? How much money are we going to make? 169 out of 180 on board. Okay. We're doing 3.3 tons of cargo and just under 10 of fuel. ATC is busy down there. Good. Well, hopefully, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get all the way down there, and then crickets. That's what will happen. Looking pretty good though, right? That's looking pretty good. I will take that all day long. All day long. Nice little train coming out of Portugal here. Look, that's pretty cool. Love to see it. Love to see it. Good. Well then. Let's hope that they stay online for us. Bloody hell, Philip. Watching in the hot tub. What a hero. Just imagine Philip like with a cigar in a hot tub. What a legend. Presumably the hot tub's outside, Philip, is it? Alright, Flight Wings. ATC goes offline as soon as you get into their airspace. Yep. Oh, rest assured, we'll get air knotted, don't you worry. Right, ATSU, AOC, flight init data request. Getting good at this old Airbus thing, aren't I? Getting there eventually. Bristol, down to Faro. Alternate of Lezel, that's obviously Spain. ZL, where's that going to be? Don't actually know. I'm not familiar with that code. Anyway, we'll look into that. Init request. The event ends at 8. Darn. Right, air not. What's my flight number? 189 Lima. Cost index. I've already noted down 53. Cruising. So looking at my briefing, I'd be keen to get your thoughts on all this. It told me my initial altitude is 340. Fine. We're flying east to west, aren't we? But then at a certain point it wants us on 3.5, and I can't work out at what point, like Boulder, we're still going east-west. And I thought you would be on... You'd be on evens, right? Or have I got that mixed up? So I don't know. So I'm going to go 3-4 in here. I mean, it is technically... I know it's only just, but it is still technically east-west, isn't it? Right, 5 minutes until Naviline. Unicom is on. Say hello. Bristol traffic out at 189 Lima, radio check.
Take that 5.
Okay. Red wine, no cigar. You got to do the red wine cigar combo, Philip.
Bristol traffic out 56 Tango Bristol Stars, span 3, facing to the east for a 27 departure.
Damn, Grumpy's not hanging around. QNH then. 1014. We're taking the Exmoor 1 Zulu. So if I put that on screen for you now, we're going to be taking off on 27. So basically going to be heading to the west. So out of Bristol, left-hand turn heading 223 degrees. Then at Somot we turn right 244 down to the Exmoor waypoint, where we have to be at 6,000 feet. And up to that point, we have to be above 3, above 3.5, but stay below 6. So that's cool. What's Chris saying? Spanish airspace cruising levels. While many areas use standard east-west odd-even rules, part of Spanish airspace, in coordination with French and Italian neighbours, may apply north-south. Oh. So should we do what it says then? It's a weird one, isn't it? Alright, how's the loading going? Is GSX... GSX, you're not doing anything. Another hotfix.
Bristol traffic N 815, radio check.
5.
7.
He's a joker, isn't he? What am I doing? Totally forgotten what I was doing. GSX, that's what I was doing. Okay. So let's reset all of that. Re-import the flight. I'll do a fast board. Seems we're now delayed. Thanks, GSX. Here we go, that's going pretty quick, isn't it? Look at that, look. No messing. Ready to roll. Who's that? Is that you, Chris? Let's have a little look. Seven, 8, 10. Oh. So my SoFly scenery once again is being a bit weird. Well, it's not being weird, it's just all of you lot look like you're in the wrong place. At least here. Well, can't go anywhere for a minute. Good. Suffice to say, we're not streaming on TikTok this evening. Yeah, I figured we wouldn't stream on TikTok this evening after they've upset me. Not that they care, of course. 6,000 in the window. Can't believe they did that. We were looking at graphics cards. We were looking at the price of graphics cards, just having a little chat. And then I get this thing being like, you're talking about products that aren't available on TikTok, or that aren't, you're not doing it through TikTok shop. It's like, well, no, of course I'm not. Just talking about graphics cards. So we're not allowed to talk about graphics cards, otherwise TikTok's going to get angry at us. Is basically what that means. Stu, that's a problem on my end. I don't know why. Every time Grumpy's in a 321, he appears as Air Canada. And it's only me. For everyone else that uses our VMR files, that he doesn't appear as Air Canada. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll be in FSLTL soon if they update. I really hope they do an update. I'm yawning already, honestly. This bodes well, this, doesn't it? Man yawns while flying pretend plane. Should be my new stream title. Alright, let's do our departure. Seeing as we don't have to get any clearance, we go and know where we're going. 27, Exmoor 1 X-ray, insert that. But into Faro, we're expecting at least 28. Alagu 6 kilo. Alagu 6 kilo. And we're going to go Novaya. Basically straight for final. Secondary flight plan in it. Brizzle to Brizzle. And back into the flight plan page. Secondary flight plan. Bristol. Never sure if I'm doing this correctly, but I feel like it's a good thing that would work for me. So we put in our departure as per what we're actually planning. And then we pop in just the ILS for 27. And that's it.
Bristol traffic Golf Lima Victor backtracking 27 via Delta, Bristol.
Christos, how are you? Oh, I think I'll probably do about 5 legs tonight, Philip. We're like 4 in the morning, just still here flying. And then as we land, will there be another leg?
Holding point 27 via Zulu and holding Alpha X-ray.
Right, fuel's in. Not hanging around. Fuel pumps on. APU master. 1, 2, 3, start. Yeah, we've had a bit of rain, Philip. Happy for some night ops. Yeah, I'm mostly happy. Not happy that I've got to fly in the dark. You know. The Wingflex radio thing served me well earlier. Yes. How you doing, Sean? Yeah, it was good. Only thing putting the squawk in was a bit weird. So you got a button here that says ATC and you press it and then all these buttons light up and then apparently every button except the one that's ATC is your numbers. So, and a clear button. So one that says BFO is your clear. If I show you. Don't know if you're going to be able to see. So if I want to do 2000, I'd press VHF2, which is a 2. Then I'd press ADF, which is the 0. That's already done it. 2, 0, 0, 0. There. Weird.
Golf Bravo Foxtrot Romeo Victor. What exactly are you doing?
Bodes well.
Well, that's the first. Bristol?
I was backtracking 27 Golf Lima Victor.
Yeah, really. Yeah, okay. Nice one.
Just made it off the ground. Are we nearly there yet? 20 more passengers. 30 more passengers. Can't count. Would I get the wind control TCAS panel for the squawks? I can put the squawks in on this. It's just a little bit weird. One thing I did miss, and I don't know if there's a button that I'm not sure about that does it, was how you change it from like above, below, and all of that jazz, you know? My arrival time That's a good question. That is a good question. 2 hours and 17 minutes, it says, so sooner we can get out of here the better, to be honest. Not that I don't love spending the evenings with you, but I would like to go to bed at a reasonable hour. What would my opinions be? Upgrade to 13700K or AM5 for significantly more money? God. What's the goal? What are you trying to do?
Bristol traffic, Air Knot 815, taxiing to holding point Alpha X-ray via Zulu.
Oh, you can do tower down there, can you, Matt? That's cool.
Bristol traffic, Alpine 62 Papa Tango on standby, pushing back, facing south, Bristol traffic.
Aircraft loaded, good. Centre MCDU, departure, 27 dry, load sheet sync, weather sync, calculate, flaps 3. I'm going to go flaps 1. Because I can. I need down 0.3, 1.
Bristol traffic going up 56 Tango, takeoff runway 27 on a X41 X-ray departure.
Okay, APU's ready. Getting belted up. Beacon light on.
Hello, Captain.
What was the aircraft doing the backtrack? 7, 8, 7, 10, I think. Wasn't sure, to be honest. Hello again, Doc. Right, see you down there, Grumps. No, I'm not using Rex. I get asked that a lot.
Air Knot 815, lining up runway 27, Bristol. Bypass pin inserted.
Is this easy going? Oh, fire as well. Nice one, Simon. No, I got that impression too. I think in real life the biggest 787 to get into Bristol was the Dash 8, I think. How you doing, Positive? You alright?
Locking gear.
Right, I want to face... Do I recommend frame gen? No. Not unless your base FPS is already really high. Don't. Some people say they like using it to get you from 30 to 60. I don't see it personally.
Bristol traffic, Air Knot 815, taking off runway 27 on the Exmore 1 X-ray departure, Bristol.
Bristol traffic out at 189 Lima, pushing back onto Zulu, facing east for 27 Bristol.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Good. AP bleed. I mean, it will look smoother. It won't feel smoother. Like your joystick inputs are still going to be there at 30.
As we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Please pay attention to instructions including the following safety procedures.
Bristol traffic, Alpine 62 Papa Tango, taxiing to Alpha X-ray for runway 27, Bristol traffic. Bristol traffic, Air Knot 815 is airborne, runway 27, passing 2,000 feet on the Exmore 1 X-ray departure, Bristol.
The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind.
Yeah, the thing to remember, Matt, is that if you go from 30 to 60, your joystick inputs are still being sampled at 30, because the game engine is still running at 30. Nvidia's just put in a load of crap in between them to make it look like 60. but it's not a real 60, is it? It's just real frame, fake frame, real frame, fake frame. See how you find it, but I personally don't really get it, to be honest. I'd just rather just not.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
If you're already struggling for VRAM as well, frame gen might cause you problems. Depends, really. Still, I'm not going to get angry about frame gen. Am I? Like I always do. It doesn't take much to set me off with frame gen. I mean, I would just urge you to be content with 30. Like, I used to sim and stream at 30 on my 3070 forever. Ages and ages. And it's great. Yeah, see, if you're already at 60, then I feel like going to 120's like, yeah, whatever, fine. Like, if you like frame gen, fine. But I kind of like, so I've seen some people be like, oh, I get 15 to 20, so if I double it to 30 or 40, it's like, no. It's not that kind of. That's not how it works. Like. Bristol traffic, Air Knot 189 Lima taxiing to holding point Alpha X-ray for runway 27 via Zulu and Alpha. Anyone use VR? Yeah, Chief, I do. Well, have done. I've got a Pimax Crystal Super hanging on the wall up there. It's not mine, I hasten to add. They're letting me borrow it.
Bristol traffic Alpine 62 Papa Tango line up 27 for AX more. Take departure. Bristol traffic.
Yeah, I couldn't really hear that. That last transmission, but not the last one, but the last one, but...
Bristol traffic, Air Knot 905, pushing back off stand 6. Bristol traffic.
I mean, FPS-wise at the minute, I don't feel like my sim is in the greatest of states at the moment. I feel like I need to probably clear a load of stuff out and do a load of maintenance. But yeah, like 45 on the ground. It's not terrible.
Traffic east, Alpine 62, Tango, taking off runway 27, heading X4.
I'm thinking of resetting. I'm honestly, I feel like it might be that time of year where I just completely nuke my SSD and reinstall Windows from clean, if you know what I mean.
Bristol traffic, Air Knot 815, passing for 100, climbing to flight level 360 and turning direct to waypoint Falco.
There is
Bristol.
someone on a 3-mile final, so we'll wait for them. Bristol traffic, Air Knot 189 Lima holding Alpha X-ray. We will wait for the incoming traffic on short final 1227 Bristol.
Thank you.
Last station, fairly unreadable. Grumpy was installing BIOS updates. Flippin' heck. I have tried lossless scaling. Yeah, I think for a fiver, it's pretty amazing, to be honest. Here he comes. That's looking nice. Nothing else is there. Bristol traffic air naught 189, lining up, taking off 27 X mall, 1 X-ray departure, Bristol. Alright. We are good to go. What traffic? FSLTL. Yeah, we use an FSLTL mark, and hopefully our air not liveries will be in it pretty sharpish. Whenever they do an update. I really hope they do an update soon. That would be a great day. That's alright, Doc. No pressure. Ah, you don't have to spell my name. Thank goodness. Yeah, I might struggle with that one. Okay. Faro. We're coming. Man, flex. Engine thrust levers not set. Yes, they are. What's toga? Okay. I can do that. It's a new one. Is that another Sim Update 5 gremlin? I hope not. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. You doing your I think you need to restart V-Pilot, Grumpy. I think it's injecting yourself on yourself. Did it? So it did. Levers climb. It's because I went to flaps 1, wasn't it? Looking good tonight, innit? It is looking good. What's it like out the other side? Beautiful. Those sounds, man. The Phoenix. That is some good sounds. Yeah, I've had that thing once or twice before, Grumpy. I think once quite recently, and yeah, V-Pilot just injects you right over yourself, so it like double injects you or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
looks like you're not 905, taking off runway 27 on an X1, 1 X-ray departure.
Offering you the chance to choose from our fresh
Bristol traffic air not 189, Lima airborne out of 27 passing 5,000 X11 X-ray. Should have done that sooner, shouldn't I?
beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar.
I'm going to make the executive decision based on traffic around me. Bristol traffic N 189, Lima climbing now, flight level 340, final call, Bristol traffic. Down to pressure. Let's get her up there. No, not chase plane yet. I did think about reinstalling it this evening, but I ran out of time getting the kids' food ready and walking the dog. Whose birthday it is today? The dog's birthday is today. And I really didn't want to do it quickly before going live because that is just asking for trouble. I've done that too many times. Oh, I'll just quickly install so-and-so. Then it's like, and it's like, damn it, I need to go live. Mr. Mint's in. How are you doing, Mr. Mint? 2 GCSEs, now time to relax and watch planes. That's the way, Oscar. Yeah, I'll reinstall it for next week. It's no drama. Alright, 10,000 feet. Nose forward. Disarm the ground spoilers. And apparently we're going to get there at 10:15. So we've got a nice couple of hours together. Oh. I do find it amusing how many people ask me, is that Rex Atmos? It's almost like they partially presume it must be because it looks so good, and then I say no, it's not. Which sort of shows you, doesn't it, how good the default has got. Like, I know Gav was whinging, wasn't he, about the clouds in a Sim Update 5 in one of a video. I don't know, mine look pretty good. Don't know. I don't know. Right, left turn. This is the Exmoor waypoint. I was thinking it must be a huge undertaking to maintain all of these. Are they VORs, like this Exmoor one? Is it a VOR? Or whatever it is. All the infrastructure on the ground. It must cause real problems if, like, there's a breakage. ECAS 1 is back again, oh no. Did you reconnect and disconnect and reconnect, or did you do a full restart of vPilot? Cheers, Pope. Maybe try completely shutting down vPilot and starting again. I think that's what did it for me. I think that's how I got over it. Right, autopilot on. That's enough hand flying. Passengers out. Grumpy, what are you doing for your altitude getting down there? Because looking at the map, it looked like we're going east to west, and it's put me on an odd. It's Mr. Mint saying, shopping done, and in the cupboards. Ate a few leftover prawn crackers from last night, and now it feels a bit dodgy down there. Oh no. Yeah, see, weirdly, looking at my flight plan, Grumpy, it had me on 350 for part of it. Which I thought was a bit weird. Where's Grumpy? Is that, you must be one of these. Oh yeah, Grumpy's nearly that at Jersey. Way ahead of the game. Oh, here's Concordlet. Santa Maria. Quite a busy night tonight, isn't it? Look at that. And of course we're flying in the one bit that's got nothing. If you didn't laugh, you'd cry. I mean, pretty much everywhere. Like, even France is on. Over Paris, admittedly, but... wow. Of course Germany is. It's just incredible, Germany. It really is. For now, Grumpy, for now. Wild. So what's on? What's left? Down... we got Lisbon Control. Is there an event on at Lisbon? Look at that. Delivery, 2 grounds, a tower. And Auto's got ground on as well. It's pretty good. Lisbon Thursday. Okay. We should maybe do that. Well, we sort of are doing that, aren't we? But probably by the time we get there, it might not be there. Although Matt's saying he's going to jump on tower for us like a legend, so first Thursday of every month. Alright. Yeah, we could have departed from Madeira, couldn't we? We could have done. Mind you, that's still a good, what? From Faro, that's going to be a good hour and 15. When does it end? When does the event end? If I start at 7:30, I can't be wheels up anywhere really until 8. It generally takes half an hour to do all the stuff, and that's if it all goes perfectly. If there's one problem, if GSX does a thing, then we're done. 19:30 Zulu, so another 20 minutes. Don't worry, Portugal, we're coming. We're getting there. To some degree. We'll get there. I'm going to need a drink of some description in a minute. A non-alcoholic drink, I hasten to add. I do like this little box though, this RMP. It's been good today. That really has been good. Has been good. The only thing it's missing, at least I think it is, I can't see another way to do it, It's missing the like above, below, and all on the on your TCAS. I don't know. Don't know if there's another way. Boring. What's that? The non-alcoholicness. I haven't got anything, Philip. I've drunk the place dry. I bought a big multi-pack of Guinness for the weekend, last weekend, and I had a few left over, and that's what I've just been sort of dribbling through those all week, and now they're gone. I'm not using Chase Plane at the minute, Noodle. This is just normal. I know, rookie error, isn't it? I don't even think my wife's got any ciders that I could nick. I used to really like cider, but now I don't. I've gone right off it. It's got to be I've got to be right in the mood for it to have a cider these days. Like, if it's really hot and I'm barbecuing, you know, and it's that, yeah, like, okay, go on and give me a cider, but like, yeah. Really feeling it these days. Gone all in on stouts, that's what it is. Cam, how you doing? From New York. Oh, I want to go to New York. I want to go back to New York. I love New York. I miss New York. Something about New York. Don't know what it is, but it's got a vibe. It's a night in the shed. It is indeed, Lee. How are you? Oh, I didn't go much on that stuff, Philip. I didn't go much on that. My wife started trying like those inches. Like then there's like a cloudy one. Like it's all right, but yeah. I think I think nowadays for me to have a cider, there needs to be some music on. There needs to be a barbecue going, and it needs to be hot. And I need to be in shorts. Then I'll have a cider, but otherwise, I don't think so. I think I'd sooner take a bottle of beer before a cider, like just any beer or a can or whatever. Which is weird because 10 years ago, 100% the other way. Like if I went to a bar, it'd be like, right, what ciders have they got? That'd be what like I would instantly be doing in my head. Beer? No, not really. Need to start home brewing. That's what I need to do. Now, I don't think we're going to have that sun for very long, are we? I don't think we're going to have that for very long at all. Wine and cocktails. No messing around, Philip. I do like a nice red wine. Well, I say a nice red wine. I don't know. I think if you were to take me to a nice wine bar and be like, you got to try this wine, it's like the best wine, I'd probably drink it and be like, ugh. Whereas if you give me a bottle of crap from the corner shop, I'm like, oh, this is nice, I quite like this. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm a particularly good wine person. I told you, didn't I, Philip, we did that wine 52 thing? Because I forget what it was we ordered. I think my wife's phone contract or something like that. It was like, have 2 or 3 months of wine 52 on us. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to cancel wine 52, but it's a borderline full-time job to cancel it. And it became such a hassle that we just let it roll every month. And it was like quite a lot of money, it turned out. They send these 3 bottles of wine, trying to like educate us by taking us to different regions of the world, and this month we're going to wherever, and the grapes are from here and there and everywhere, and we've paired it with some fancy little snacks for you to eat with them, and it's like they're properly going for it. Every bottle of wine we pulled out, we just sort of didn't like it. Every single one. It's like, no, don't like that. No, don't like that. And in the end, it was like, Should we just go out the corner shop and get a bottle of jammy red? It's like, yeah, alright. I mean, meanwhile, we've got all this like really expensive wine that we can't be bothered to or can't figure out how to cancel. Eventually, when we got through to them, God, that guy worked hard. He really, really, really tried. He tried to keep us like... Most people would be like, you know, your average customer retention script would be something like, and is there anything we can do? Is there any reason why you're cancelling today? Is there anything we can do to, you know, maybe help you stay? We'll give you this offer, that offer, and then we'll say, oh no, thank you. But okay, fine. This guy, he wasn't having it. He was not having it. He just went on and on and on, offering us like, oh, we also do beer subscriptions, we do this subscriptions, and is there any way, would you be interested? Like, just every offer just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. It's crazy. Like, in the end, we had to be rude to him. Like, I don't like being rude to people, but when you're wasting my time for a long period of time, there comes a point where you have to be like, look, I've been polite, and now you're taking the piss, so... Decent box on Amazon, 12 bottles, 120 quid. They're all nice. Alright, maybe that could be a little birthday present there, Philip. That's a good little idea, that. Big brain move. I never know what to get her for her birthday. Because she don't want anything. What do you want? I don't know, don't want anything. I've got everything. You must want something. No, nothing. Alright. But then if I get you nothing, that's not a good look, is it? Hey, Hans. Oh, Clark, you're over in Twitch. You surprised me. Clark's keeping me on my toes, appearing on different platforms. Watching World of Warships. That's the one that Jay's 2 cents likes, isn't it? I should play Sky Q. It's like airline flight wordle. Oh, like plane spottle. Is that like that you mean? Is it similar to that, Matt, or not? Airnaut 56 Tango has the speed brake out. How do you know that? Oh yeah, Grumpy has slowed down. What's going on with Grumpy? This is where we find out he forgot to fuel his plane. Because I remember once I took off from Bristol, before I had the channel, I think, and I got to about where Grumpy is, and everything went ding 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 ding. I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, of course you got to put fuel in the plane. I hadn't considered that. You can see you on the map. Where are you, Spag? What's call sign? BP1366. Oh yeah, there you are. Where are you going? Back to Heathrow, up from Lisbon. Fair play. At least you got a nice bit of ATC that's just about to get in touch. Whereas we've got a big old fat pile of nothing. Got the Bay of Biscay. What's all this? That looks like a streamer train, doesn't it? Is that a streamer train? Is it a streamer that I recognise? No. It's funny how you can spot the little trains though, isn't it? Cheers, Philip. Well, what do I have to drink? Obviously coffee's out of the question this time of day. I don't know what there is. It might be like lemonade. Do I really want a lemonade? Like Philip says, boring. I might have to go and investigate while it's quiet on ATC. Because I can't imagine anything coming on over the Bay of Biscay, can you? Not really. I was going to say, Spag, yeah, you're going right into it now, aren't you? Good luck. Have a good landing. Happy landings. Look at it. Why do we always fly where ATC isn't? And tonight, Matthew, I'm going to fly exactly where ATC isn't. Even though it's lit up like crazy over here. Imagine if we did Frankfurt. Look at it, that's crazy. Look at them all. Just remarkable. Yeah, I suppose breast control might, but it's quite... Yeah. Anyone got any tips for the landing rollout? So, what auto brake setting are you using, Max? Quite often you can get away with low. It might be you're using max, and then obviously that stops you really soon. Or like medium, I mean. Could be that. Are you using the calculator to put in your weight? You got to put in the landing weight, and then it will show you on the runway with an arrow where you're likely to stop. Right, France is in sight. Good. See, if we were flying to Nantes right now, we'd be nearly there, wouldn't we? Where is it? LFRS. Well, still a bit to go. In fact, there's almost the same as what we've already flown. In fact, ignore me, I'm a liar. Yeah, so go for the lowest brake setting you can, and then manual controls, manual brake controls, turn the auto system off, and then just roll it out with your feet, really. What's all the colours? What, on the map? Different control zones, so you got blue here is London control. You got green for ground at Gatwick. Tower. And then you got the ATIS, which is like the information broadcast. Information Golf is current. 08 right in use. Heathrow's got ground and tower. Stanley's got ground, look. Manchester, ground. Shannon controls on, pretty much taking all of Ireland as well. That's pretty epic. We don't have Scottish control. We do have London... Well, no, we do have Scottish, I tell a lie. Scottish technically does this part, doesn't it? So, Newcastle, as they say, has got an ATIS as a result of Scottish control sorting that out. Leeds. I always get tempted to buy Leeds. I always get tempted. Go on, Hans. What's the question? How you doing, Freddie? Fire away, Hans. Trying to book my first flight, a free flight on the New Sky Academy. However, it does not want to accept my airframe, despite the wiki listing it as available. What airframe are you trying to do? I'll see if I can book it. Book a flight. Free flight. With the New Sky Academy. We'll go Gatwick to Eddie. Shorts 360. What's a shorts 360? I type in 360, there's nothing there. So who makes that? Yeah, I'd agree it's not there. Not an aircraft I'm familiar with. Maybe jump into their Discord and ask. Usually I plan my flight through SimBrief and set the passenger numbers to full, yet for some reason in GSX it seems it sets its own passenger numbers. Have you, in GSX, have you done the whole reload SimBrief? At the moment it says SimBrief okay, but when I land, this will change to reload SimBrief and it'll reload in your next flight plan. So is it on like the second leg if you're doing a multi-leg thing that it does it? I hopped into A350 recently. About 6 weeks ago. Grumpy tried to talk me into giving it another chance. So I spent the evening just sat out here on my own with FSI panel, just boshing in the landings because I wasn't happy with how it handled originally, which is what put me off of it. I wasn't convinced the flight model was where it needed to be. And I remained of that opinion. Wasn't really a fan of it. Now that may have changed. I'm happy to give it another go at some point. But, yeah. When I've got the Phoenix sat there looking at me, it's like, I need a really good reason to not fly you. For me, it's just like the input delay. It's still there to a degree. I feel like it's better. But like, you move the stick and then there's a noticeable delay between you moving the stick and then the plane responding. And I'm not convinced that that's real. Because I think to an extent the 340-300 did it as well. And the TOLIS didn't. So, yeah. I've got a sneaky feeling the A380 will feel the same. Don't see why it wouldn't. You should try VR with the Pimax OLED. I have, Chief. I've got a video all about it. They sent me it. We did some night flying with it. Oh, me neither, Stu. It's going to be great, isn't it? A380 will limit where you can go. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to skip the A380 for Mini. Regardless of whether it's any good or not. Like, I'm not getting into that. It's just, I don't think I'm going to fly it enough to warrant another 70 quid plane or whatever it's going to cost. Phoenix is the Rolls Royce, Sean. Well said. Yeah, like, Phoenix, PMDG, for me, they're both up there. I've not tried the iFly Max. I would like to at some point. I'd like to try the TFDI. I've heard really good things about that. This rhodium code thing has my interest. Again, believe it when I see it. Please can I fly to Croatia? At some point, yeah. Control's gone offline. Have they actually? Of course they have. That's alright. When I don't stream, what do I normally do? I've got so I'm a part-time streamer, part-time regular job person. I don't really talk about what my regular job is because there is just no upside at all for me doing that. Like, I'm only going to upset somebody. Probably at my work, so I just keep quiet about that. It's not interesting. It's not like I'm a spy or anything cool. And when I'm not streaming, I make videos for the channel as well. Night flying. Yeah, well, I thought with the OLED, I thought, you know, probably should do some night flying, given that that is, like, pretty cool, right? It's kind of what it's made for. That's what a spy would say. Honestly, I'm not a spy. Takes a bit of holding on to. Well, the 340-600 feels a bit like that. That's what I love about the Aerosoft Towless A340, because you can pretty much flight model systems wise, I feel like it's pretty much up there with Phoenix, because Towless, they know what the hell they're doing. They are, you know, they're the Phoenix of X-Plane, or rather the Phoenix were the Towless of Flight Sim. And now Towless have come over to here via Aerosoft. That's really cool. But the flight model on that 340-600 is gorgeous. Like, it feels like a big fat heavy Phoenix, whereas the Anybuild's A340, I just feel like there's this weird disconnect between me and the plane, just like I did with the 350, just like I did with their 330s that were default. To a point, even their 320 it felt a bit weird to me. So I don't know what to say. It's a lot of money for the Towless. It has gone up, I believe. And the 3D modelling isn't great. And the sounds are average. GSX integration, I'm not sure where that is now. But it flies really well. Like, once you actually start hand flying it on approach, it feels incredible. And I will take that over fancy 3D modelling and not so much of a good flight model any day of the week. Chris, it was probably Philip. It usually is. I think Philip's just gone for his dinner. What's happening now? We are over the Bay of Biscay. Making good time, actually. Time we due in? 21:14. That's okay. I need to get this drink. I'm parched. Yeah, I mean, they're really not good, though, to be honest. The textures. Like, I don't know if you've seen my video on it. You may not have done, but, like, look at the rubber gator on the Phoenix here. Like, look at how many sort of bits of geometry make a nice smooth curve. And again, look at that side stick. You can see all the way it's smooth. Look at the A340. I really hope they revisit the textures, because they're not good. They're not good. Like, Innie do a lovely job with their 3D modelling. You've got to hand it to them there. They do a lovely job with 3D modelling. Can't knock them there at all. You can question flight models, systems depth, whatever you want, but like the flight model, not flight, the 3D model, they are on it. Take a look at my review that I did on it. What plane I should do A380 long haul? Hell no. I don't fancy that, I'm afraid. Thanks all the same. What am I going to go and get to drink? I need to go and get something. Oh my god, I've paused it. Don't do that. Not when you're connected to VATSIM. I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM temporarily, just in case. Just in case someone comes online. Rhodium code A350, we will talk about that once I've got a drink. I'll be back in a mo. I'll leave you with a nice little wing view. See you in a minute. I'm back. I don't know what I've got to drink. Well, I do know, but I've never tried it before, so that's fun. I need Mrs. Not to provide a flight's drink service. Yeah, if I send her a text, being like, could you pop to the corner shop? See how that goes for me. I suspect suboptimally. I've got a mango and passion fruit. I don't know what it is, like sparkling water or something. How do I reconnect now? Just reconnect with vPilot. But make sure you're not going to cause a problem for anyone when you do reconnect. So I should be back on the map pretty damn soon. I wish it was a G&T Grumpy. I was just saying to Philip, I've basically drunk the house dry, so I'm onto mango and passion fruit water. I think it's sparkling water with mango and passion fruit in it. I've put some ice in it to make it feel fancy. This is one of those, what's that beer? Is it Moretti? It's one of those glasses. It's supposed to be like sophisticated when you have a beer. Make you feel like you're drinking wine when you're drinking beer. How do I make sure I'm not a problem? So I use Navigraph, because Navigraph's got VAPSIM coverage built in now. See here? You can turn on and off live traffic. And obviously Navigraph will show you where you are. And I know that there's a plane back there. And another plane further ahead. And I'm in the middle. That's generally how I judge it. Getting darker out there, isn't it? We'll have the sunset out the window, shall we? Is there any in-flight entertainment? No. And you can only do that on uncontrolled airspace. If you were in controlled airspace, what you would do is say request to the controller, requesting 10 minutes out of cockpit. And then they will, more often, unless you're on final into Heathrow, or like Heathrow Director's on. Imagine if you're on Heathrow Director, request 10 minutes out of cockpit, you're going to be told no. But if we're just flying along like we are now, quite clearly everything's fine, and probably would be if everything carried on like this for 10 minutes. They'll give you 10 minutes out of cockpit, and then they just say, yeah, report back, and then when you come back, just say, not whatever, back in the cockpit, and they'll say, welcome back, and then it's done. Don't know what to make of that drink, that's a bit weird. Kind of feels like the stream is the in-flight entertainment. Wow. depends on a number of things, I suppose. What if we were to do long haul? I would have to find another activity. I couldn't just sit here for like that was a struggle when we came back from Baltimore. Come the end of it, I was struggling, to be honest. I needed something to do. Obviously, come the end, we had something to do. We had to land the plane, but in the main bit, that might have been a problem. Thing is, I've already got 2 computers in here. One for the streaming, and another for the sim PC. And generally I found with the streaming PC, it's better not to ask it to do much else other than stream. Because the minute you do, problems. I guess I could run... I don't know, could I? I guess I could get it to run like quite a low intensity game. Because at the minute, if I look at my streaming PC, that is currently obviously streaming, what's my GPU workload? You can't see this because it's on the streaming PC, innit? So my GPU is currently at about 30% usage. And I believe that is just kind of compositing the OBS scene, overlaying my 2 cameras on the gameplay footage, overlaying the web browsers that are doing the chat and the banner at the top, and obviously the same thing for the vertical. So, yeah, that's taken about... You're likely to then get encoder overloaded errors in OBS. And that's because the GPU just can't... It can't do what it needs to do. There's too much going on. How you doing, Connor? But we might be able to run a bit of... Well, there you go, look. Aviator saying it. A bit of Halo. That could be a plan, couldn't it? I love Halo. Halo's like my roots. Gives me chills when I hear the Halo 3 music. The amount of hours I spent on that. Bloody hell. Hours and hours and hours. Queuing up at midnight for it as well. What a time. And yes, I am going to buy the Halo campaign evolved. And yes, I'm it might suck. I feel like we've given 343, who took on the development of the game from Bungie, they've had a lot of chances now. They've had Halo 4, Halo Guardians, Halo Infinite. This will be number 4, I believe. So we've had 3 failures, pretty much. So maybe this is the one that they don't mess up? We just need Bungie to take it back, that's what we need. Well, Aviator, I thoroughly enjoy Halo Infinite. I loved it. I thought Halo Infinite was a great game, but the rest of the community did not, therefore it died on the vine. I used to play competitive quite a lot on there, or like ranked or whatever it's called. And there came a point pretty quick after its release where it's like, couldn't get a match. Not without queuing for ages and ages and ages. But yeah, I've recently, actually, like a couple of nights ago, just finished playing the campaign on Heroic. Because I saw it went on a Steam sale for like 15 quid for the DLC for the campaign, and I was like, go on then. I've been thinking I'd quite fancy replaying it. And it was great, I really enjoyed it. And the multiplayer, really enjoyed it when I could get a match. I think what the problem was that they just didn't deliver on their promise. They said, oh, it's going to be a live service game, and it's going to be great, we'll do this, we can do that. And they didn't do any of it. It came out, and then it just sat there. And then people were like, well, I guess we're off then. And then that was that. Like, you've got to be really, really, really brave to make a live service game these days, haven't you? Yeah, Max, I was playing it last night for sort of half an hour before I went to bed, just to chill out for a bit. I would like to try and have a little game of something before bed, nothing too serious. But obviously I've completed the campaign now, and I was going through all the HVTs and getting all of the squads that are captured, just basically working my way through the map now. They really should have done a battle royale. Mind you, they'd have probably messed that up as well, to be honest. I had a great idea for a battle royale for them. Imagine like the Warthog scene from Halo 3, where like the Halo or the Ark is sort of progressively exploding, and it's like, you've got to get out of here, it's going to blow up. You imagine you've got like a Halo, and then the Halo is the map, albeit it's severely scaled down for practical reasons. A point somewhere on the ring, somewhere on that ring, decided at random, is the point where it explodes, it starts to go wrong. And then that explosion works its way around the ring, obviously forcing you into a smaller and smaller section of the ring. And then you could kind of make it like an evac thing at the end. The last one gets evac'd. $1 billion idea, that one. Never played Titanfall, that was what became Apex, wasn't it? Maybe we should do like some Air Not After Dark streams where we stream on this channel but we just don't play Flight Sim. We've got Forza next week. Can't wait for that. My boys are so excited. They've saved up their money because we agreed that we'd share the cost of it. I'd get it on my Steam account and we'd family share it to theirs. Yeah, they're overjoyed. What I find amusing is that basically you've got games that come and go. I mean, look at that Concorde game. Was it $200 million they spent on that game, and then within a fortnight they shut it all down, refunded everybody, and it was gone. Which is unreal when you think about it. Oh, I loved Halo Reach. Reach was a good one, Chief. Maybe we need an Air Not Halo squad. Can we do liveries for the Master Chief? Like an Air Not livery. Never mind whatever they're called. 100 Thieves or whatever. We need like an Air Not. Yeah, that's an idea. That's a plan. Tell Nadeshot to watch out. I'm coming for his job. Trains. I can't ever see myself playing Train Sim for some reason. I don't know why that is. I'd be more likely to do Truck Sim first, I think. Titanfall 3 was replaced by Apex because Battle Royales became popular. Titanfall 2 died relatively fast because Respawn released it between Battlefield 1 and COD Infinite Warfare. Okay, fine. Oh, I like playing Halo Reach, Chief. Now you've mentioned that. The ending as well. Vibe code and Air Not FPS. Done. Yeah, like ChatGPT could knock something up in UE5 in no time, right? Oh, here he is, look. Who rattled your cage? Maybe we need to make better use of the gaming channel on the Discord. Because we could have a little squad on our hands, couldn't we, if we're not careful. Is Battlefield still being played anymore? Is that dead now? Ever played DayZ? No, I haven't. I have not. Reach was an absolute great game. Reach, for me, I would say, is up there with Halo 3. Like, as kind of top-tier Halo experience. I did play SnowRunner briefly. I seem to remember mostly just trying to get out of mud. That seemed less of a truck sim, though, and more of a... I don't know what it was, really, but... see, this is what bothers me with games that people love and then they switch them off. I really think there should be some sort of, I don't know whether it's legislation could be too much, but I think there should be some sort of plan for games to live on beyond the period of time that the developer cares about them. Like, there should be some sort of, they should open source the server software, like, so then you can just, once the official playlists and whatever have gone, because, you know, like on CS, support Stop Killing Games. Is that actually a thing, is it? Well, there you go then. They beat me to it. Good for them. Like Counter-Strike, for example. If you don't want to play whatever they're, you know, whatever the game devs are forcing down your throat, just go on the community servers. Like, I used to spend pretty much all my time on these, I forget what it was. It's like, there's some like university up in Newcastle. I think it was called like Teesside servers. No idea. I'd always just end up on the Teesside servers, and then you get to know them, and they're a good bunch of guys, and it's great. Yeah, I replayed Reach about a year ago, campaign. Really good. It's always the ending that gets me. It's like, damn. Feels a bit sad. But you play for all those hours and then it just comes up saying, survive. And the game just kills you. Spoiler. Where are we heading? We're going down to Faro. So this is all part of our new tour for the virtual airline out of Bristol. I'll show you where it is. My awards. The Mastering Bristol Award. So we got all these... It's basically being a Bristol pilot. So we started Bristol, Edinburgh, Edinburgh back to Bristol, Bristol, Amsterdam, Amsterdam back to Bristol. We're now doing Bristol to Faro. That's all we're doing tonight. Before anyone says, are we doing another leg? No, we are not. Then, presumably next week sometime, we'll do Faro back to Bristol to tie a button in that. Then we go Zurich and back, Ibiza and back, Dublin and back, Prague and back, Malaga and back, Munich and back, Parma and back, Toulouse and back, Verona and back, Innsbruck and back, Seville and back, Barca and back, I forget where that is, Alicante and back, Vienna and back. Oh, there's quite a lot in there. I feel like maybe I did too many routes. I feel like if I had done 2/3 of this, that might have been better. Yeah, we're on VATSIM. Yeah, I think maybe I didn't quite consider the return leg would double everything, so I went for 20, thinking, oh yeah, we need 20, but then that became 40, and then I was like, maybe that was too much in hindsight. Won't be long, Grumpy. We'll be in the Neo too, hopefully. Won't be long. I don't know, maybe it will. What's going to come first, the Neo or FSLTL? Probably about time I did my little check-in on FSLTL. Here we go. So this is the main branch, and you can see 6 months ago the last thing was they merged their develop branch. So if we go to develop, yeah, the last thing they did was last week. SWA special liveries for Rastaman. So I don't know when they're going to decide enough is enough, and then we can have this merged into the main branch, and then it gets pushed onto the fly-by-wire installer. I mean, I suppose you could just download what's in the develop branch, but that doesn't solve the wider problem, does it? Because the whole promise of FSLTL is that when we're at places like Gatwick and Edinburgh, people will see us. Because at the moment they can't. We're just these white A320s that roll around the place. It would be really cool for everyone to see us. Because I feel like we've worked really hard. We've all worked really hard on this airline. And I feel like that would be a really nice little well done for everyone. Hey Jetstream. Someone just got on tower, so hopefully they can get off so you can. Sorry, you can do ground. Would that be allowed? Could you do ground? Or oh, if someone's already on ground. We've got ground and tower. This could work alright. Seatus, runway in use 28, transition level 55, wind 270 and 13 knots. So pretty much right down the runway, isn't it? Oh, well done, Spag. Twitch is awfully quiet tonight, isn't it? Twitch is so weird. Twitch can either be quite good or quite nothing at the moment. We nearly got Portugal out the window. We're actually making good time. Yeah, do it, Han. Hands up, be nice. Would I ever do a 747 flight? When PMDG release theirs, then yes. But until then, I don't. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, if we can get a 747-400 out of PMDG, ideally a freighter, then we'll be cooking. Then all we need is one of those yokes from Wind Control. Then we can start building a whole Boeing setup. Oh god, it never ends, does it? Sorry, Grumpy, am I making you sick again? Are you feeling better now? Well, you say Christmas, Grumpy, but I mean, it should have been last Christmas. That was the promise, wasn't it? They said you'll have the Neos before the end of the year, and here we are knocking on the door of June. Well, May really, but better that they get it right than pulling any builds. I would much rather wait than have something not good. And then constantly be like, oh, but we'll update it. Cheers, Travis. When are we going to see land? I don't think we are we? We're probably going to cross land. We can't be that far from it. How many miles? Oh, still 60 miles, but... Right, I feel like I'm gaining on this one a little bit. 430... 450, yeah, that'll be it. What's EJU? Is that... That is EasyJet, isn't it? But it's, Is it like EasyJet that's based out of another country or something? Is that right? Is that what it is? Is my stream quality good? Mine seems to be running at like 180p. I have 0 dropped frames. And, yeah, otherwise, I am streaming at almost 6,000 megabits. 6,000 megabits. 6 megabits. EasyJet Europe. You're trying to like the FS Labs. Oh yeah, I meant to ask you how you were getting on. Hate the fact you have to do everything via the MCDU, including GSX. Who thought that was a good idea? Well, that's probably easier than making an EFB though, right? That's probably what drove that decision, I would have thought. So what do we call that EasyJet? EasyJet Europe. Mind you, they are above me. So what would you call them? Alpine? Alpine 62 Papa Tango and not 189 Lima. Could I get your MAC number? I never knew that about EasyJet.
Stand by.
Roger.
Max 761. Alpine 62 Papa Tango.
761 copy. We'll slow down to maintain separation. They're not 189. There we go. I dragged the stream out a bit more now, won't it? You lucky things. So, what... How's that going to impact our time? On the MCDU, it still says 21:15 for the arrival time. It's like that thing, isn't it? It's like if they replaced the speedometer with a time you will save by going faster-ometer, the difference from like 70 to 80 to 90 is like not a lot. Whereas the difference between 10 and 30 is huge. How many miles left? Yeah, 462. It happens, Spag. It happens. What are you going to do? Do you want me to divert, Matt? Divert back to Bristol. Jump on tower there. Is there also a tail view? I suppose there is. Don't often use it. We got an external view, we could just... There we are, look. We should get ATC. Stu and Matt there in chat can jump on tower in Faro if they decide to do a runner. Can we do a smart cam? It's almost like showcase. Add-ons. Oh. I should do one of the cruise ships. What do you mean? Me too, Hans, but I am biased. Feel like we sort of got something now that I quite like. I feel like the first livery I made was horrific because I didn't know what I was doing. The livery was dictated by what I had the skill to make. Then we moved to a different type of livery. And now we've moved to this one, which is a refinement of the prior one. Is there a 7.4? Well, no, because... Well, okay. For FSLTL there is. So if anyone does decide to fly as A747, hopefully then that'll work out. I mean, when PMDG release theirs, hopefully I'll be able to paint kit one up. Because surely that's the one everybody's going to want to fly, right? I would have thought. But yeah, the default ones, I don't know if there is even a paint kit available for the default ones. Lightsim.to. It's a lot of work, Hans. I feel like I'm getting halfway good at it now. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. The issue was when... Oh, there's land. The issue was when the 24 came out, you couldn't really do paint kits for the default planes because they were all encrypted. That was kind of the problem that you had. Oh, Matt, I nearly flew that one back this afternoon, so I'm glad you did that one. That's cool. Thanks for that. Cool. Yeah, when we get the PMDGs, I'll do a 747 livery. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. But as for FSLTL, because obviously the planes in the sim, their liveries are different to FSLTL liveries. So I've done some FSLTL liveries that we don't even have planes for in the sim yet. Or, you know, planes worthy of a livery in the sim, put it that way. Hey, doing Ed? So for FSLTL, we've got the Airbus A319, the 320, the 321. We also have the 320 Neo, the 321 Neo. We've got the 330... I can never remember if I did the 200 or the 300 or both, but we've got a 330, possibly two. A340 300, A340 600, A350 900. And if you fly as a 1000, then it will swap you for a 900, I think, because there wasn't a model for the 1000 variant. And we've got the A380. Boeing, we've got the 737-800, 747-400, the 767, 787-9, 777-200 and 300 ER, and the MD-11. And that's all the planes that we've done. So FSLTL provide the 3D models and the paint kits. So you then paint them up, submit them to FSLTL. They then review them and tell you if they're going to accept them, which they have done. And they have done that. They've written back to us. We did it in 3 batches. We did the first batch because the panic was like we became entitled to do it because we became a VATSIM partner, and the panic was, oh my god, if FSLTL updates like next month and we're still here scratching around making liveries, we've missed the boat, and it could be another 6 months or so until the next round, maybe more. So we did like the ones we were desperate to have in first, like the 320 family, including the Neos, 737, you know, the ones that we fly day in, day out. So they got done. Then we did another batch of the ones that we would still really like them, but if we missed a release of FSLTL, then all right, fair enough, it sucks, but we can live. And then we did a final third one, which included things like the A380, the MD-11, the I forget now. Yeah, there are a couple. Hi, Ben. Cheers, bathtub. Do I have any advice for you? Maybe join a VA. Learn to fly on VATSIM if you haven't done already. If you don't fancy VATSIM, try Beyond ATC or Say Intentions. What's the impact of FSLTL updates? Well, it's really up to them what they do. Oh, Ben, we'll talk about FSLTL. And hopefully them updating it soon. But we don't know for sure when they're going to do it. Yeah. What's Rob saying? Is there any appetite on the channel members' Discord for a poll on the gaming channel to see what other games people are up for playing, see if we can make a squad? Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, I reckon there's a few on there, Rob, that would. Not everyone would, but that's fair enough, isn't it? Not everyone wants to. Have I ever flown into Bilbao? Yes. Isn't that a handcrafted one as well? Ben, I'm in the 20. But yeah, Tino, you're saying about FSLTL. Obviously, now we've made the liveries, we're super keen for them to update it. Particularly as we've now been included in it. But it's really up to them. I mean, it's a volunteer-led development. They're all working for nothing. They're all probably busy with other things in their lives. So we just have to wait, really. Which is a bit of an annoyance. So we became a VATSIM partner just in the early bit of December, and the last FSLTL update was October. Terrain level of detail. It's a good question. I think 150, but I use dynamic settings, so if it goes a bit weird, if it struggles, dynamic settings will dynamically pull some levers to make life easier. Getting dark now, isn't it? Well, are we over Portugal or are we technically over Spain? Spain now, isn't it? Then Portugal at Abupi. Which isn't too far away. But yeah, that'd be so nice. I just hope it all works when FSLTL updates. Hope it doesn't. Hope we don't update it and then we're like, where are we? Can't see each other. No, something's bugged or something. I've messed something up. Because the way we tested it was, I put the FSLTL liveries in the community folder with all the other FSLTL liveries, and I hard-coded the VMR file to make it switch it out, and I asked somebody to park next to me. So I'm fairly confident that it's going to work. Fairly confident. But you never know until you know. I mean, I would hope that part of their review process, given that they took them a week to review every time we submitted, I would hope part of that review process would be ensuring that what I've done has worked and they're not filling FSLTL up with a load of dud liveries. So I don't know. How did I come up with the name Air Not? Well, Not is my surname, and I was struggling for a channel name, so I was like, oh, screw it, Air Not, make it like a little pretend airline. And that was it, and it kind of stuck. I thought about, you know, fly with and the landing with, boarding with, all the ones that you see around. Like, I really thought of all those sort of different ones, and I was like, yeah, I'll just call it that. And once I'd called it something that was quite clearly like a fictional airline name, it then became like, well, let's make a virtual airline, let's make liveries, let's... It's cool. Obviously, we still fly as other airlines too, like, you know, a bit of EasyJet, a bit of Ryanair, a bit of this, bit of that. But I do like having the VA. I enjoy that very much. How does one create a virtual airline? So you'd need to go to... Well, you've got two options. You can either go to a virtual airline platform, or you can write your own software to do it all, that then your pilots will download. So unless you fancy a massive software project, probably use a platform. We use New Sky. So newsky.app in your browser. You can then download their bit of software, and you can join other airlines in New Sky, or you can create your own. What are the other ones? VAMSys, is that one? And isn't there like a PHP one? Like PHP, I think, is in the name. I don't know. Anyway, plenty of options. Yeah, London can be a lot. You can actually join Air Not. Yep. You need a pilot rating of 9 out of 10 or higher. VAMSys, that's the one, yeah. So when you get an account with New Sky, think of it like making a Facebook account. Once you've got your account on New Sky, you can... Let me load up New Sky, in fact. Here's New Sky. So you can go into the Search Airlines page, and you've got people like Luke, British Av Geek. So Osprey is his one. You've got like Lufthansa, Jetfly, Alpaca, you might recognise, and here's us. So we're not... This is ordered by how popular they are on New Sky, so we're not doing too bad. We're top 10 usually, which is pretty cool. You notice here that the airline has an average rating of 9.61. That means every single pilot's score, because you get an out of 10 score per flight, every single score that every single pilot does for every single flight gets all bundled together and averaged out. So every single flight you do contributes to that figure, but it also contributes to your own figure. So every flight you do, either for Airnaut or for Alpaca or Lufthansa Virtual, whatever, they will contribute to your personal average. So that's how we decide if you can join or not. You need to have at least a pilot rating of 9.0 to get in. Used to be 8, and without being rude, it let in a lot of people that weren't ready. Like, a lot of people would join the airline, and you get that, and you get your initial score by doing a flight for the New Sky Academy up here. So you have to do one flight for the New Sky Academy, get at least 8 out of 10, then you could join. And that we found that it let in people that weren't quite ready for it. You know, somebody would join and then they would like tail strike, smash the gear off on landing, all sorts of different things. So my advice to anyone is don't use virtual airlines as a place where you learn. Do your learning. Like, don't be afraid of virtual airlines. I'm not saying, like, we all make mistakes on virtual airlines. You don't have to be perfect on a virtual airline. But ideally, don't run out of fuel over somewhere and crash it into a field. Try not to rip the landing gear off when you land, because you land like a sack of potatoes. Try not to do tail strikes, wing strikes, that sort of thing, you know? Is there a way to say you must have done X amount of flights? There is, and I'm considering enforcing that, because the last month or so has been a bit iffy. Smart cars, that's what I was thinking of. And if you can't do a flight, cancel it. Yeah, like Grumpy says. So when you book a flight, you can book a flight for up to 3 hours in advance. So if I wanted to book one now for, what are we at now, 9:20, I could book a flight for midnight and it would still, that would work. But if I then think, oh, I can't be bothered to do the flight now, I'm just going to go to bed, and I don't cancel the flight, then that flight is technically cancelled because you've booked it. So essentially that's you saying this flight is happening, and I know it's all pretend, but like passengers have turned up to the airport with their suitcases to get on your flight, and you haven't bothered to turn up, and then the airline has to compensate all the passengers. So we get a huge financial penalty when that happens. All you got to do is click the cancel button. That's all you got to do. It goes away. But a lot of people don't, and we end up with like a 50 grand fine or a 30 grand fine, depending on, because it's like however many dollars per passenger. So yeah. Get out, Ben. Yeah, Grumpy, sort him out with you. Can we have a goal and a reward? I.e., if we stay in the green for a month, Grumpy will fly the 777. Good luck getting him to do that. And good luck getting us back in the green. It's been quite a month, I can tell you. We were profitable. It gives you a pie chart of it gives you a pie chart of like all the revenue, so your ticket sales. Then it gives you like how much you spent on fuel, how much you spent on planes, how much were all your airport fees. And then there's the penalties section, which is when if you get a tail strike, that's like 150 grand immediately, and you might only make 16k profit on a flight. So that's like, you've got to do 10 flights to earn that back. Or worst case, if you just smash up an entire fuselage on landing, like land so badly that it classes it as a crash, that's like $1 million. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a month. And we are now definitely not profitable, but had the penalties not been there, we would have been. So, and you could say, why does it matter? So it's only pretend. Is there any way to see the finances as a non-owner? No, and there's no such thing as a bank account in New Sky either, which people find quite hard to, because they sort of say like, so what do we do with all the money we've earned? It's like, it's not about that. It's about operating profitably. That's all it is. It's about operating profitably. Don't need to know the actual headline figures. You just need to know, are you profitable? Ticket sales minus everything else. Are you plus or minus? Are you up or down? Because what New Sky is going to do eventually is they're going to do a new economy system. So whereby all the virtual airlines on the platform will compete to see who can be the most profitable. Now at that point, I think you're going to see virtual airlines on there really start to care about pilot quality. Like I feel like at the minute there's a culture of, well, you know, it's annoying, but ultimately it doesn't really change anything. But if you're trying to be the top of the list and all of a sudden you get a load of people that bin it, cheers Ben, then, and you start dropping down the list, it's like playing a ranked match of Halo or Counter-Strike. Like, you don't want to lose that match. It's only a pretend ranking, who cares? But you've worked for that ranking, you don't want to lose it. That's the point, isn't it? So I think we might need to be a bit firmer when that, if it ever happens. I don't know what the dev's plans are. I know he's busy. But the point is that that's why they don't have a bank account, because if you imagine like Lufthansa Virtual, they've probably got like way more pilots than we have. Well, therefore they're going to make more money, surely, potentially. Therefore, if we're judged by the size of our bank accounts, well then a small virtual airline is never going to be able to compete with a big virtual airline. But by grading you based on how profitable you are, as a percentage, your operating profit percentage, well, all of a sudden a small airline with 10 pilots can compete with Lufthansa. Because if Lufthansa is really, really big but really, really slack, then they're not going to be as profitable as a small, well-kept airline. So that's kind of the thing. Congrats for excellent content on your channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to have you in the stream. I do appreciate it. I feel like I've been in a little bit of a rut lately with my content, to be honest, but I'm glad you like it. We have highs and lows in YouTube, I can tell you that much. There are definite periods where I'm like, oh, everything's going so well at the minute, and then there's definite periods where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I can't make a good video to save my life. Like, not over Lufthansa. Well, yeah, I mean, the point is that it levels the playing field. The small guys can take on the big guys, like David versus Goliath. There is no disadvantage to you being a small virtual airline, because you can still operate profitably if you do your flights correctly, you choose your routes correctly, you don't over-lease aircraft, because we have to lease aircraft so that there's something for you to fly. Now, the temptation is to lease thousands of them so that there's always a plane somewhere to be flown, to keep the pilots happy, but then it's like, yeah, but you've got to pay for all those, and if they're just sat there doing nothing, that's no good. Similarly, when you make your routes, you're like, oh, I'm just going to put routes everywhere. It's like, great, but they need to get flown because all the airports are going to charge you, even if you don't fly. So, yeah, there's a bit of a push and pull kind of thing going on there. You need to make a route network that's enticing enough for people to actually fly it and not just do free flights the entire time. And you need to have enough planes on the scheduled route network so that there's planes dotted around everywhere that people can hop in and out of. But yeah. Get rid of the Boeings. Is there a financial benefit to doing a scheduled flight over a free flight? Yeah. Yeah, massively. 25%. So if you can do a scheduled flight, that's always preferred. Always preferred. I don't know if we talked about it earlier. I'll show you again now. I'll go onto my website. See on the homepage we've got this little thing here. So I've linked into New Sky through their API and pulled out all the flight details, and this tells us about planes that have been flown somewhere on the scheduled route network and then dumped. So this Boeing 777-200ER is at Singapore, and the last time it was flown, obviously it was flown into Singapore, it was 57 days ago, and it's been sat there doing nothing ever since. So if you're looking for something to do, this updates every half an hour, this page. So, yeah, obviously the A300 shows you how many people care about flying the A300, because it was it's been dumped almost 100 days ago. A340 300, some Neos. There's a 321 in Dubai. If you're going to do it though, just make sure that you double check the reg, because if there's two A321s, one that was there 69 days ago and one that landed 2 days ago, and you take the reg number that landed 2 days ago, well, guess what? This will still be here. It won't have worked. So yeah, have a look. Yeah, there's a few 737s, I must admit, but look at where a lot of them are. Boston, Dubai, New Zealand, Dubai. Fair enough, those two are more nearer. Another Italy one. Edinburgh. Another Italy. People not liking Italy for some reason, are they? Is that a scenery thing, do you think? Another one at Dubai. What I've noticed, I did some analysis the other week, looking at planes, like which ones are profitable, which ones aren't, and I think it's got less to do with the type of plane and more to do with where the plane is. Like, so the engines are linked to the reg. In fact, the regs tell you what they are. So if I load up New Sky, if I go to book a flight, well, here you go, look at the flight I'm in now. So I'm in the reg G-N, so N for not, 320 to tell you it's a 320, 14 because it's the 14th one that we leased, CS, okay? CS, the C is for CFM, and the S is for sharklets on the wings. This one is a 319, the 21st one that we made, CFM engine, wing fence for W. And then you've got IAEs on this one with sharks. That's how you tell the difference. That's how you tell. And if you spawn in the wrong aircraft, it'll whinge at you. It may not even start the flight. Damn, look how far Stu's ahead. Stu, what Neo are you in? Are you in fly-by-wire? Are you in an INI? Flight Simulat. I'm guessing that says flight simulation, something. Thank you for following on Twitch. I think we're coming up on 2,000 followers on Twitch now. I think we're literally like 3 or 4 away. Only just realised that the other day. What's profit like compared to a 10-hour long haul doing three-hour flights? It's less about that. It's more about the places you take off from. Again, all right, let's have another New Sky lesson. Cheers, Flight Simulator. Appreciate it, mate. So, go to the map. If you're thinking about doing a free flight, or any flight, go to the map page and zoom in a bit. Hey, look, there's us. Pick an airport, so Toulouse, and then look at these spider graphs, so it shows you passenger demand. So if you were to book a cargo flight out of Toulouse, if you were to go sort of northeast, so where's that? Pretty much up to Cologne, that sort of direction, Leipzig, Hamburg, you're likely to get a full load. Whereas if you were to go maybe directly north, it suddenly becomes an awful lot less. Directly north being Paris. Similarly, look at the passenger demand. High demand to the north, so people wanting to get back to the UK, to Paris. High demand to the southwest. So out of Toulouse, you'd probably have more of a chance of getting a full load by going down to Spain and Portugal. Maybe Madeira. And this is dynamic, this changes, so it's not like this is what it's always like out of Toulouse. It's like based on what's going on at the moment, this is what's happening. So we did it the other day. We did East Midlands to Prague and in a 777, and it was loaded full because the demand was high. And then coming back, there was very little demand out of Prague, and we made pennies on the pound by comparison. I flew in the wrong 737 for a VA once and got an email from the base boss. Really? Is Iceland a good flight? Yeah, I like flying to Iceland. Iceland's good fun. But it's really getting dark now, isn't it? Well, I did wonder, we've got quite a few planes stuck in Dubai, and I did wonder whether people aren't flying on VATSIM as much in Dubai in the same way that real world isn't flying much in Dubai. I don't know. I saw one the other night and I thought, oh, there's a plane in Dubai, I could take that one over to like Riyadh or something. And then I thought, oh, do I do that on stream? Like, I'm not a political person. I barely know what's going on half the time. Like today, when I went in to get that drink, I looked at the BBC News app real quick and it said something about the polls are closing. I was like, should I have voted today? Like, no idea. Completely out of touch. And I kind of like it that way, to be honest with you. But yeah, part of me thought, like, do I want to stream out of Dubai and potentially upset people and get people talking about all that nastiness and everything that's going on that's just very unpleasant? So I sort of decided not to, for better or worse. Why was that a problem, Jim? Surely any plane getting flown's good, right? Is the demand based on real life data? I don't know. I don't know, to be quite honest. Hans, I'd have to ask the dev. Iceland, probably Keflavik would be where I'd go. They're working on a more realistic passenger demand model. Okay, cool. Realism? What do you mean realism? What, that plane shouldn't have gone on that route? How come I do shorts lives and not just a normal one? I do a normal one too. Do them both, really. Meet people where they're at is my philosophy. Oh, OBS is disconnected. Apparently we're back. Are we back? Am I back? OBS just told me I disconnected. Yeah, Clark, at that point it sounds like there's only one person having fun and it's not the people doing the flying. King Bob's in! Yeah, go to the map, Cav, you'll see it. I'm back, thank goodness. Did I actually disappear for a bit? Because sometimes it says that and nothing happens. King Bob, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? I'm sure I saw one of your videos the other day on YouTube get recommended to me. No disconnect for you. Yeah, it's probably just going to affect YouTube, I'd have thought. You're back. That's the main thing. I hope you're well. Oh, we're not doing bad. We're getting there, aren't we? We are getting there. I thought this flight was going to drag, but it really hasn't. What's ATIS saying then? Information Charlie. Expect ILS approach runway use 28 transition level 55 wind 270 degrees at 12 knots. QNH1011, acknowledge information Charlie. So we're going to want tower first, aren't we? Which is on 120755. That's good. Any paid scenery that I really like? I'm trying to think what's my favourite sceneries. I'm really liking Copenhagen from Simnord. I feel like that's been a good investment because we've been in and out of there a lot and it's good. What have we got otherwise? Prague from Tailstrike. I've enjoyed that. And Bristol from SoFly, obviously. We've enjoyed that too. It's great. Trying to think now. What I've been appreciating a lot mostly, or lately, is the ones that you can get for free. Because I know they're not as good and they're not as detailed and there's not always interiors and this and that, but they're free. Like, look at Cork that we flew out of this morning. Free with a world update. Stansted, free with a world update. Faro, where we're flying to now, free with a world update. Good enough. Done. Fine. I don't need a whoever third party one. Alicante, flightsim.to, like Stu says. Free. Brilliant. Palma, free. Brilliant. Nice, free with a world update. So this idea that you have to buy... Yeah, Gatwick, the free Gatwick. I mean, Innie builds went on sale. And I was curious and I thought, well, I'm in and out of there so much. I'll give them the 12 quid. I'm not going to pay 20 odd for it, but for 12, I'll have a look for 12. And it's fine. It's alright. It's very good. It's a nice bit of scenery. Is it worth 20 odd quid when there's such a good freeware one? Probably not. But I'm glad that I've got it nevertheless. I think what else? Dublin's pretty good. I like Dublin. From whoever made that one. Manchester, I feel like Manchester's in a funny spot now, isn't it? Because the Innie build scenery that made quite a big splash when it launched, that has new taxiways, but then of course if you've got people like me that are still on MacOSim, you've then got controllers where one half can do a thing and the other half can't, which can get a bit confusing. You're starting to descend. Very nice. You don't see Attila, Bob? No, I'm waiting for wind controls. I think I've got a lovely little spot just there. Yeah, wind controls Tiller should be pretty epic. How many miles away? I've got 100 miles till I descend. Probably get in here and have a look, shouldn't we? Very dark. Should we have some lights? That's a bit better. See what we're doing now, to an extent. So my estimated landing weight is going to be zero fuel weight 60.9 tons. Estimated fuel on board when we land 3.3. So that's going to make 61.2. Add on 3 tons. 64.2. So low auto brake. I mean, that should work. Shouldn't it? It should work. And actually, looking at it... What about medium, I mean? Yeah, it's on the list. It's on the list of freeware video. Thoughts on Sim Update 5? Well, I didn't realise it'd come out until someone told me, and I was already using it. And every time I land, now my right engine switches off in the Phoenix, and my eye tracker went weird, so I need to sort that out. And occasionally, it's a bit stuttery. So I'm not exactly in love with it, but at the same time I don't hate it. Like, I'm just sort of a bit like, yeah, okay, fine. A few little gremlins that have popped up. I'm going to go auto rate medium, I think. Should I go medium? I mean, low would work. It's just going to be a bit tight. Going to be a bit tight. Oh, I'll play it safe. I'll go medium. It wants destination data. So, looking at this EFB then. QNH 1011. Temperature 17. Wind 290 and 12. Minimums. 218 feet, because we are basically at sea level, aren't we? Faro. Right, there's our destination data. In. Good. Oh, well done, cheeky. So we're going to be coming in. Let me get the charts up. So we are up here over Orved. Down to Upulo. Then Alagu, which is the start of our star. And we're going to come out to the east of the airport. Coming on final, pretty much. Yeah, I think medium auto brake's best. Then hopefully we can jump off onto Foxtrot, maybe. Then we've got Papa, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie 2, and Delta. Charlie 1, Charlie 2. Should work. 747, I'll try and do it when I'm finished, if I remember. I'm not logged into YouTube on a browser out here, so I can't really do it. Yeah, Bob, I know, right? So what I've taken to doing normally if I'm doing MCDU work is I'll put the camera on the MCDU. I don't know if this is the ideal, and then I'll press the physical one, so, you know, hopefully you still get a sense of what's going on. That was always my concern with the MCDU, really, was you not being able to see what I'm doing. I've only had it like a week, so it's quite a new thing for me. I'm still figuring it all out. $150 miles ago. Joseph, how you doing? Joseph says, good evening all. Good evening. Have I missed the landing excuse briefing? No. No, Joseph, you're right in time. Because there'll be plenty of that. Yeah, landing excuses tonight are... What can our excuses be? It's late, I'm tired, it's dark, I don't like flying in the dark. My right engine is undoubtedly going to turn off when I land because of Sim Update 5. I've got to go to work tomorrow, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. It's the dog's birthday, so I'm distracted by being excited for the dog's birthday. That's all I've got. Good old Harv. He's 12 years old today, bless him. Last time I took him to the vet basically gave me a talk. Being like, just so you know, for a Labrador, 13 is really, really good. I was like, what exactly are you trying to say? Get ready, because he ain't got long. Thanks, mate. See you next time. Or maybe not. If that's... Maybe we won't. If you're to be believed. Still, he does well for 12. Still, like, he loves his walks. He walks well. Like, he's a strong, fit dog. Like, he looks grey around his mouth, but in his face, it's sort of creeping up. But he's a good boy. Don't know if I'd want another dog, though. I don't know. Don't know. I think my wife's going to want one. Therefore, we're getting another dog. But do I want another dog? I don't know. On Sim Update 4, my engines on the Phoenix would turn off when pressing the Enter key. A reinstall fixed it. Yeah, I'm very tempted over the weekend to just reinstall my entire Sim PC. Like Windows and all. Scorched earth. Yeah, I don't know about another dog. I don't know. Like, when we went away to Tunisia, we came back and he'd spent the week with a dog sitter friend of ours who takes him, and he has a great time, he loves it. But I noticed that the house smelled fresher without him. It was like, oh my god, have I gone nose blind to having a dog in the house? I think I might have done. And there wasn't any fur on the carpets that had just been left. Like, we got one of those cordless Dysons, and literally every single day I can just hoover the hall and the little area around his bed in the kitchen, and I can fill the hoover up. I just got a new PC and was super excited to wipe all my existing drive to start over fresh. Yes, there's something really satisfying about that, isn't there? I love reinstalling Windows. It feels like everything's so nimble all of a sudden, and you think, oh, I'm not going to install any stuff, I'm going to leave it just as it is, and then it will be like this forever. Of course it never is. Like, Windows definitely seems to deteriorate over time in a way that macOS doesn't. I don't think I ever used to reinstall the OS on my Macs. Ever. I had a hardware failure once. I think I needed a new SSD or something. No, I did a swap from a mechanical hard drive in my old MacBook Pro to an SSD. So I thought, I'll take the opportunity and I'll do it, just because. God, it was good. You go more Boeing, are you, King Bob? What are you doing hardware-wise for that, then? Never had issues with the Mac. Yeah, I love my Mac. And I know that usually when I say that on stream, 50% of people are like, yeah, Mac. And 50% of people are like, whoa, I hate Macs. Oh, you've got the 4-seat back yoke? Bob, nice. Nice, yeah, that's cool. I feel like one of them might work quite well in here, because like Wind Controls one looks pretty big, and I'm running short of space. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, but it's pretty big. Whereas the Moser one, you can take off the yoke, can't you? Yeah, we'll see what the Expo brings. Like, there's going to come a point, isn't there, where wind control have worked their way through all the Airbus stuff, and the next obvious target would be Boeing, right? Hey AJ, how are you? I can see top of descent. I'm going to do a cost index of 5. Top of descent in 10 miles. We're nearly there. So, plan then for the descent is a Lagu we need to be between flight level 280 and 170. Ertis between 140 and 090. Genro 0906. FF 6070705. Then we end at 3,000 feet to be established. Well, Stu, I hope you're ready for the next leg. Stu, is there going to be another leg? Stu, is there going to be one? Someone will ask it. Just you wait. Is it annoying flying in the dark with those bright streaming lights? Yeah, it's not ideal. But equally, if I turn off my streaming light, look what happens. That's it. So, if I turn off this light that lights up the... There you go. I mean, that looks pretty epic in its own little way. If I turn off my little bit of rope light that goes around my desk, now we're finished. Oh man, it is actually quite nice in the dark though. That's some vibes right there. Screw you guys, I'm turning the stream off. I'm leaving it dark in here. Announcing my departure from streaming. What if I just do the light? Yeah, it's all been a bit lost now, isn't it? Oh god. Fiddle with the lights. Missed top of descent. Alright, the Phoenix will nosedive, owing to its incredible VNAV system. Faro traffic, Air Not 189er Lima, flight level 340, descending now on the Lagu 6 kilo for ILS runway 28, passing flight level 320, Faro traffic. Did I press the wrong button then? Good. We are on profile. Everything's going well.
Faro traffic, you're not 905, descending now. The Alago 6 kilo arrival, runway 28. Descending flight level 330 for flight level 070. Faro traffic.
So we're straight line pretty much. Follow the train. Now, are we gaining or are we... Keep an eye on this separation. That might be a problem. Definitely shrinking. Alpine 62 Papa Tango, Air Not 189 Lima. Can I get your speed?
0.575 or 250 knots. Alpine 60 above Tango.
Roger, we haven't converted yet, so we'll go with 5.7 for now to keep separation, thanks. I basically need to go to green dot speed.
And our 9 and 5 is speed to Mach decimal 57 station.
Alright, we're getting that. I should come to Bahrain or Kuwait. That'd be cool. Didn't get over that way enough, really. Anchorage in the Shorts 360. What is the Shorts 360? That sounds like it's a drone or something. Or one of those, like, what are they called? Orthocopters? Is that what they are? Still not sure about what the speed conversion is. When do I consider myself converted? Regional twin engine. Okay. Why are you flashing like that? Stop it. You seeing that? The lights on my thing are flashing. Okay. So whenever your Maxpert convenes to IAS. Yeah, I know, but how do I know when that is? I feel like I need to do some reading on that. I feel like around about this flight level is when it generally happens. Sorry traffic, not 159 Lima, slowing speed 220 knots for separation. Just seen the stadiums for the World Cup. Some of them look really nice. Dallas Stadium has an 80,000 seater. Really? Wow. When is the World Cup? Can't be long, can it? I think the FMA on the left side goes from Mach to speed or to throttle idle. The World Cup is next month. Hey, GTs are back. How you doing, GT? Welcome back, mate. The World Cup is next month. Wow, I didn't know that. I don't know anything. I didn't know I was supposed to vote today. I don't even know what I was supposed to be voting for, but apparently I was supposed to vote for something today. Wow. What are the England squad looking like these days? Are they looking alright, or... Again, no idea. I didn't realise I had to vote, Rob. I don't even know what it was voting for. I didn't know nothing was happening. No, Matt, it's great. Share it. Share the knowledge. PFD tape automatically changes the readout unit to knots, typically occurring... Well, mine hasn't done that yet. Mine still says Mach .485. Is this what you're talking about down here? Typically happens between... When did you say? Paper England have a masters team, but the chemistry isn't quite there yet. Been churning the butter, Mr. Mint, don't you worry. It's night time, so I'm, you know, don't like night time. Okay, so green dot is... And now we've converted, right? But I need to read some... I need to fully understand this. And now isn't the time, because I'm supposed to be landing the plane shortly. Good, nice bit of separation. Look at that, 10 miles. Beautiful. Where are you going? Tenerife to Madrid in a 346. The correct aircraft. Happy landings. Alright, Matt, nice one.
For our traffic, Alpine 62 Papa Tango, descending 6, flight level 60, for our traffic.
Yeah, I'll have a look, Matt. Right, let's lose the speed brake, see if our speed stays where it needs to. Do flaps 1, will that keep us there? It's good. Drippy, how's it going, buddy? You've been watching for 35 streams, oh my god. Crazy. Right, I'm really hoping we get a nice landing so I can go in and go to bed. Can't believe how fast this year's going. I know. We still haven't got the Neos. Where's my Neos? What do we want? Neos. When do we want them? When they're finished and working properly, is the answer. Not now. We've been down this road, haven't we? And we know where it ends. Okay, so ground's gone. Information Delta is now current QNH 1011. Yeah, I'll watch when I can with the... I generally get more interested with the World Cup if we get nearer to like a quarter final or there's... I'm not really into football, to be honest with you. Like, when we were in Tunisia 3 weeks ago, it felt like every single person I met, they'd say, English? I'd go, yep. And they go, Man United or Chelsea? And I was like, I don't know, mate. I'm like, why not? You don't like football? I was like, no, I don't like it. I never watch it. They're like, oh. This is awkward. That was the end of the conversation. Christopher, how are you? Scotland in it, are they? See, I don't know any of this stuff. Don't know any of this stuff.
Fire traffic, Alpine 62, Pub Tango, descending 3,000 feet, QNH 1011, speed 250 knots, reducing fire traffic.
Fire traffic air not 189 Lima. We're going to keep speed at 220 knots just to keep separation up of traffic ahead. And we are descending to 3000 via the star on into Faro. 28 fire traffic. God, murdered that. Yeah, and the beacon error cost you. What happened with the oh, beacon light. That's one thing I like about the fact that you have to use the beacon light to start GSX, because you can't really not turn it on, can you?
Arm traffic, you're not 905, sending through flight level 115 for 3000. Speed is 210 knots for separation. Arm traffic.
Look at everyone being conscientious with their separation. We're a good bunch, aren't we? (9,000 feet). We're on profile.
Fire traffic, Alpine 62, Pub Tango, switching to tower 120755. Fire traffic.
Happy landings. Good night, Stu. Thanks for flying. Sean, yeah. One 20755. Well, I hope we managed to land first time, because we'd really do with a P. Not to put too fine a point on it. This mango and passion fruit has gone right through me. Not quite too much information. Go to bed, Stu, you're drunk. Is there going to be one more leg? No! Leave me alone! Right, we're still quite far out. We're 17 miles out from the DME. So, keep speed at 220 for as long as possible. Can't see a damn thing where we're going. This is why I don't like flying at night. See out the window there. Good old Gatters. Back to Gatwick. That's like an evergreen stream title for me. I love it. Hey, there's fire. You can just see it. Feels like we're right on the cusp here. We're going to get an overspeed warning, aren't we? That VNav playing up again. It says we're off profile. No, we're not. Fire traffic out at 189 Lima, turning final now, 14 miles to run. We're going to switch over to tower. Happy landings, everyone. Florida Tower, good evening again at 189 Lima with information. Stand by. Echo on board on a 12-mile final.
It's 189 Lima, good evening, continue approach runway 28.
Continue approach runway 28 and at 189 Lima.
And at 189 Lima, wind check 30088.
Copy the wind down at 189 Lima. I am struggling here to get my speed down. I'm not sure why. To get the gear out at this rate. Okay, go around altitude. 3,000. That I can do. Yeah, I'll have to get the gear down, I think.
Alright, and 056 Tango on stand. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening.
Thanks for flying, see you.
2,500.
Grumpy's down at least. That's better. Now we're dropping. Much better. Final approach speed. Flaps full. See you, Grumpy. Cheers for flying. Three knots across the runway and 8 knots down it, according to Navigraph. Come on then. So we've got gear down 3 greens. Flaps full. Speed brake armed. Lights are set. Go around altitude in. QNH 1011, which I believe is correct. Yes, it is. Double check.
Florida Tower, good evening. You're not 905. established ILS runway 28, information echo on board.
Aeronaut 905, wind 3008, continue approach runway 28.
Continue approach runway 28, Aeronaut 905.
Now tower, confirm landing clearance for Aeronaut 189 Lima.
Aeronaut 189 Lima, wind 3008, runway 28, clear land.
Good to land 28, thanks, Aeronaut 189 Lima.
Alpine 6 to Papa Tango, welcome to fire, taxi via Papa and Bravo, send 318.
Papa Bravo, stand 318, Alpine 62 Papa Tango.
God, I can already feel the hatred of night flying. As soon as I've taken manual control, it's like... don't like it. I just feel like a fish out of water. But I will get better at it. We will get better at it.
Above. Minimum.
Continue. 3 whites, we can do it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Aeronaut 905, speed 160 knots.
Oh, there goes the engine.
905.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Speed, please.
Speed 160 knots.
That is full right rudder.
Speed 160 knots, Aeronaut 905.
Yeah, well, night flying. I've got to get better at it. I've got to get better at it. I just can't. I lose all sense of where I am. Never know whether to trust the ILS or whether to trust the Pappies. So it's like instruments. It's like if you follow them, you could well be wrong. I don't like it. I don't like it. But we will persevere.
Aeronaut 189 Lima, squawk mode Charlie, please.
Roger, Aeronaut 19 Lima.
Aeronaut 905, wind 3008, 800 to 8, clear land.
Thought I was Lima. Oh, Charlie.
28, Aeronaut 905.
Aeronaut 189 Lima, welcome to file, taxi via Bravo in Charlie 2, stand 446.
Bravo, Charlie 2, 446, Aeronaut 189 Lima, thanks. Am I going? Bravo, Charlie 2. So I'm on Papa right now, I think. What preset am I using for the AB9? From V1 Sim. .446. Where's 446? Gotta be up here on the left. Am I doing the return? There it is. There's the question. No, I'm not. Not tonight. Yeah, it is instrument flying, but the trouble is I feel like we can't trust the instruments, because if you follow the ILS all the way down, you could end up with like 3 whites or something. Don't know. Hey, you did good, Sue. It's nice to have you fly with us as well.
Not 905, Hawkmoor Charlie, please.
Tower confirm Papa Charlie 2 for 446 for Air 189 Lima.
Air 189 Lima, firm Papa Charlie 2 for 446.
Papa Charlie 2 for 446, thanks. Air 189 Lima. I think I misheard initially when it said Papa, I wrote down Bravo, which is why I confirmed. That's why.
Air 905, Hawkmoor Charlie, please. A firm, Air 905.
That's one thing to watch in the Phoenix, where if you put your transponder to auto, it doesn't always give you Charlie.
Air 905, welcome to Faro, taxi via Papa in Bravo, stand 314. Taxi via Papa in Bravo, stand 314, Air 905.
Right, here's Charlie 2. I don't even know what the feet per minute was on that landing now. I really don't like flying at night. To decision height, you really can't trust the glide, and then even up to 100 feet AGL on Pappy. I feel like Sim Update 6, that's what they need to sort out. Stuff like that. Four, 4, 2, 4, 4. What's this? 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 6. Here we go. This is us. Right, let's turn off the taxi lights, otherwise we'll blind the poor people at the gate. I've been guilty of that recently. Hanny pointed it out actually when he was on the stream a couple of days ago. 279 or something. Oh, feet per minute. Got it. Okay, it wasn't too bad. I felt like I came down a bit heavy though. To be honest, sort of didn't want to have to do a go around because it's quite late. Yeah, well done, Airbus. That's the way. Ah, missed it again. By half a foot. Never mind. Okay, parking brake set. APU is on. Let's see what New Sky had to say about that. Oh, I have to turn that chase plane camber exaggeration stuff off. I can't be dealing with that. Don't like that at all. It's not ready for New Sky yet, is it? Beacon off. Seatbelts off. Close the flight.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
Another 10, so 1.37G, 278. I seem to always get that at the moment. About 1.3 high threes with 290-ish feet. We were getting on towards the distance of the threshold though, weren't we? We definitely floated that. But we were nice and centre. Again, just night flying. Yeah, Joseph, we might have to do some US ops at this rate to get us some daylight at this time of day, I think. So yeah. Pappy's linked with the camera, not the aircraft. I mean, to be honest, if they just ray trace the Pappies, and actually physically modelled it like they do the real thing, because it's got like the little flappy bit, isn't it, that they set at a certain degree. That's how they work. It's ray tracing. You can't argue with a ray of light. That would be my 2 cents for what it's worth. Where can I find V1's preset? In his Discord. Then you can download them from there. Lovely job. Still, we made it. We made it down. We got a 10. So 11 grand in the coffers, and then we can do the flight back next week, which I very much look forward to. Guys, thank you for a lovely week on the channel. It's always nice hanging out with you all twice today, so it's always nice. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for hitting the like button, becoming members, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. Much love to you all. I will be back Tuesday on the streams, I think, if all goes to plan. I don't think I'll be able to get back any sooner, so it'll be Tuesday. Have a lovely weekend. I'm back to work tomorrow, so I will see you once I've finished work and I can get back on the channel. So thank you all very much indeed. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks again. Cheers. Ta-ra.